Hello everyone, the weather forecasters promised us a very pleasant day for football, and that's exactly what we've got. My name is Derek Ray, and joining me in the commentary position is the former Arsenal and England fullback, Lee Dixon. I'm looking forward to bringing you action from the Spanish top flight, La Liga. It's Osasuna against Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, thanks, Derek. Great atmosphere here. Two sides, I'm sure, will set a quick tempo in this game. We get to watch for free. The players are chomping at the bit. I can't wait.
Given the recent form of Antoine Griezmann, strong case that he might be the difference maker, Lee.
Well, his ability on the ball is second to none. Just watch how close he keeps the ball to his feet. He lures defenders in. Then quick turn of pace and he's away from you. Brilliant player.
Con el 10, Roberto Torres. Con el 14, Rubén García. Con el 22, Adrián. Y con el 9, Chimi Ávila.
And this is how the hosts will begin the game today. It looks pretty orthodox, Lee.
Yeah, I love this formation, 4-4-2. The two main strikers will stay close together. The fullbacks will link up with the wide players. The two holding midfielders will sit in front of the centre-backs. Very solid look about this team.
This is the starting lineup for Atletico. Jan Oblak starts in goal. Koke starts with Thomas Partey in central midfield. And the story in attack is one of a strike partnership. And so the match is underway. Useful looking position, you've got to say. Far from a good pass. Looking confident with the ball at his feet. And Morata's in the vicinity. Nacho Vidal. Not much time to make up his mind. Really good interception. Saul. Koke with it. Morata. And a fine tackle. Well, far from textbook defending. Ezequiel Avila. Adrian. And possession given away. A lot of momentum to this Atletico attack. David Garcia. Aridan. Bad challenge, and now it's up to the referee in terms of what to do next. We've barely got started and already a yellow card. Now, will that be potentially problematic for player and official?
Well, it will be, because the player's on the tightrope now. He's now thinking about everything that goes in front of him.
Saul. Morata. And scope for them to produce something exciting. Must score! Can they forge ahead? Well, they would have done had it not been for the keeper.
Well, he was so sharp, the goalkeeper there, wasn't he? What a wonderful save.
Koke. Ruben Garcia. Not a particularly strong challenge. Koke. Can they nudge in front? Well, keeper getting both gloves on the ball. Oyer. Adrian. Can they create something from here? Opportunity. Will he finish? Well, when all was said and done, he's failed to hit the target. Saul. Saul. Inigo Perez. Ruben Garcia. Oyer. Roberto Torres. Well, he's thwarted him almost effortlessly. Couldn't keep it. And cuts inside. Opportunity it is. Well, they can say a big thank you to the goalkeeper. That was inspirational.
Well, that's as good as a goal at the other end. Brilliant save from the keeper.
Advantage Atletico. Morata. On the ball, Joao Felix. He's got to score! Can he put them in front? And that was a heaven-sent opportunity to take the lead so early.
First goal is so important, Derek. Sometimes you're not ready. Well, you really must be ready this early in the game.
Adrian. Well, they've lost possession of the ball. Partey. Oh, in with a chance. And there it is, the opening goal, the ideal way to start.
Well, here it is again, and I wonder how he waltzes past the defender so easily. And then the brute force and guile in equal amounts sets up the chance to score. And he doesn't disappoint, does he?
So the match has restarted, 1-0 here.
Atletico de Madrid. Con el 5, Thomas.
Nacho Vidal. And they'll be a bit annoyed to have lost the ball. This could level it. And it is the equaliser. Parity now. And who's to say what's going to happen next?
Well, here we see it again, Derek. He's just unaware there's people around him, and he loses it too easily. Then it's catch-up, and they can't recover. Terrible goal to concede. Well, a penny for his thoughts right now, Derek. Plan B, I think, is needed.
Even Steven, one apiece in this match.
Osasuna. Con el 9, Ávila.
Well, how will he react amid the press? Intense pressure. Adrian. Another great challenge. Free kick here. Playing with purpose and control. Jimenez with the block. Crossing opportunity. Must be. Can they forge ahead? Player in the way again. Well, they did have the ball, but not anymore. It looked as though they had attacking momentum, but not so. A fine reading of the situation. Might really be able to trouble them here. He's in behind. Well, he saw the whites of the keeper's eyes and the whites of his outstretched gloves. Great goalkeeping.
Well, he's denied a certain goal there. Great reflexes from the keeper.
Will he play it in? Not too fussy in clearing his lines. A real defensive commitment there. Always going to be the goalkeeper's ball. Renan Lodi. Saul. Well, nothing comes of the attack when all is said and done. Still pushing for the goal that would put them ahead, but not forcing it. Ruben Garcia. Ezequiel Avila. And they have possession again. Joao Felix. He continues. Oh, he's through here. Chances on. Well, the keeper reacted magnificently. And firing it into the area. Well, the header, but a comfortable save for the goalkeeper.
Yeah, he has to do better than that. I could have saved that, Derek.
Koke. Griezmann. Griezmann. Could cross it in here. An alert piece of defending. Atletico with the ball once more. Chance to do damage. Saul. Felix. Regained possession. Griezmann. Well, the defending needed to be a bit more switched on than that. And he might be through here. Tremendous block. Over the touchline for a throw-in. Looking confident with the ball at his feet. A routine save. Error by the keeper might give them a chance. Oyer. Oblak with a simple stop. Well, he likes to run at them. Oh, good hit, close shave.
Well, that was the chance to take the lead, and the manager's frustration is there for all to see.
This could be dangerous if he's not careful. Can he put them in front? Off the post and back in play. Tremendously strong in the tackle. The attack continues. They're making considerable progress. And that is the sort of tackle he had scripted in his mind. Adrian. Now with Avila. Real chance. And danger still. Well, it looked so threatening, but the danger averted. Well, the conditions look pretty good for the counter-attack. Saul. A good and fair challenge. Adrian. Really nice ball. Shot attempted. Well, straight at the goalkeeper then. Thomas. And they've won possession again. Well, far from textbook defense. In with a chance. Surely. Ball is loose. And I think the threat has been averted. Getting in there to take it away. Oyer. Good technique displayed. Using all his defensive acumen to cut it out. Joao Felix. Careless in possession. Well, real difficulty keeping the ball. Well, he could really get at the opposition. Well, that is a defender's job to come to the rescue. A good-looking move. Moving the ball forward with purpose. An example of how to press. Nacho Vidal. Ezequiel Avila. An attack full of promise. João Felix. Oyer. And unable to keep the ball. Committed challenge. They've given it away. Oyer. Adrian. Well, he's beaten his man comprehensively, and he's through here. Clean through he was then, but he's fluffed his lines, Lee.
Well, he just put his head down, Derek, and hit it. He's got to do better than that.
Now, let's see what they can do here. Felix takes the shot. Can he put them in front? Yes is the emphatic answer. And you have to say it was on the cards.
Well, as we see, there'll be an inquest between keeper and defenders. He'll be saying, where were you? And they'll be saying, why didn't you catch it?
Well, let's have another view of that goal.
Well, just look at the reactions on the touchline. They just need to keep their composure now. This is far from over.
Well, 2-1 it is here.
Del Atlético de Madrid. Con el 9, Morata.
David Garcia. Clear foul play, and as a result, a free kick forthcoming. Any sort of lead is important. They have the lead. What have you made of it so far?
Well, it's been a decent half for Atleti. The coach still has some work to do at half.
Real chance. Oh, tremendous goal! Technical excellence to finish that one off. Wonderful to have that in your repertoire.
Well, here's the replay. It's a really dangerous ball into the penalty area, and then he does well to read the flight of the ball, doesn't he? Just cushions it beyond the keeper in the end, and that seems to catch him off guard. Nice finish.
And level again here. This has been quite the roller coaster ride.
Con el 9, Chimi Ávila.
Well, it's a poor tackle. Aridan. Roberto Torres. Oh, left his man behind here. Real danger. A chance to nudge in front. Corner kick here. Well, I must say, Antoine Griezmann has had real difficulties imposing himself on the game, and we didn't think that would be one of the storylines going in, Lee.
Well, he's way off the standards he's set in the past, not having a good day today. His team are going to need his creative style if they're to get a winner out there today.
So the corner played into the box. It wasn't an especially high-quality header, was it?
Well, that was like one of mine, or more to the point, like one of yours, Derek.
You're spot on with that assessment, Lee.
Well, he'd be disappointed about that end product, but he'd be happy they're creating a chance or two.
Inigo Perez. So 2 minutes of stoppage time to be added on. Adrian. Well, spot on with that challenge.
Well, the ref will hear the crowd all right. We can hear him from here. He's taking some stick.
Can they forge ahead? Well, they would have done had it not been for the keeper.
Well, he was so sharp, the goalkeeper there, wasn't he? What a wonderful save.
Corner kick played in. Well, that's a foul, and it sets up a free kick in a dangerous position. And nicely struck. And the managers will now deliver their half-time team talks. We're at the end of 45 minutes in this game. You've certainly got to give this man high marks for his work up to this point, Lee. The teams are ready to have a go at each other again as the second half commences. Good-looking sequence. Griezmann. And possession given away. Ruben Garcia. The cross is on. Well, punched clear. Giving the ball away. Moving forward effectively. Oh, dealt with by the goalkeeper. Well, the teams are locked together. Will it stay that way following this corner? And now the delivery. Well, that's really sound goalkeeping, not letting the opposition have any scraps. And the keeper not really taxed by that long-range shot. Morata. And scope for them to produce something exciting. Well, they have the ball in a very promising position, but now it's been taken away from them. It might be on for them. Not all that difficult for Oblak to save. A sloppy pass. Can he find the net? Oblak, no difficulties there. Griezmann. Well, the ball lost here. Showing teamwork and commitment. Atletico might fancy their chances from this position. Morata! That is top-notch goalkeeping. He had to reach in with his hand.
Yeah, it's all about reading the pace of the ball and the player's feet. When do I go down? When do I strip the ball? Did a brilliant job then.
And a decent delivery. And that's a straightforward stop. Joao Felix. Felix. And he's made headway. Oh, a stellar piece of defending. Not much time to make up his mind. Griezmann. Trippier. He's in with a chance. A punch-happy goalkeeper. And it crossed the touchline, so a throw in here. Well, that's a completely wasted throw-in. This might be the perfect counter-attacking opportunity. An incisive pass. Well, it was a fine counter-attack, but no end product, Lee.
Yeah, lacked a little composure at the end, Derek, but they're so lethal on the break with the pace they have.
Jimenez. Koke with it. Untidy in possession. Morata. Beautifully disguised ball. Is it going to be? And this time it's in. Well, the offside flag has been raised. No goal.
Well, it was close, but he just went a little bit too early.
Brazanats now. On to Avila. Well, it didn't happen for them in attack. Bad pass. Well, a classic example of how to intercept. Under real pressure here. Koke. Joao Felix. Koke. Now Griezmann. Plenty to like about this Atletico move. Decided to come in from the flank. Oh, tremendous block. Oh, really closing him down. Half an hour remaining then. It's with Brazanats. Here's Ruben Garcia. Cross fired over. And the conditions look pretty good for the counter-attack. All hands on deck. Strong but fair tackle. It's with Brazanats. Oh, the ball lost here. Ezequiel Avila. He's taken on his opponent here. Koke. And Atletico get the advantage from the referee. Griezmann. It is a decent looking attack here. And a tidy challenge. He got nothing but ball. He's conceded the corner. Well, we're focusing on him for a reason. He's playing with real authority and attack lead.
Yeah, he's been the key player today in terms of how much ball he's had. He's really hurting this defence. They can't cope with him. Goals everywhere.
And over comes the corner. And fisted away. Griezmann. Now Morata. It's a perfect challenge. The room to roam on the wing. Crossed into the penalty area. And mopping up defensively. And plenty of room in the wide area. Crossing possibilities. And cleared away. And they know they need to stop him. Gives it a go. What a vital intervention. Ruben Garcia. It's with Brazanats. What can he do from here? Could take the lead. Well, it smacks into the gloves of the goalkeeper. Untidy in possession. Thomas. Oh, a lovely ball. And nothing. Is this the moment? Well, they do like to press whenever they can. Koke gives it away. An inability to keep hold of the ball there.
Esta es una llamada para
Joao
los tíos
Félix.
de Rodrigo García. Nuestro sobrino os está esperando en recepción.
On the ball, Morata. Oh, a nice looking pass. Well, they can say a big thank you to the goalkeeper. That was inspirational.
Well, that's as good as a goal at the other end. Brilliant save from the keeper.
And firing it into the area. And a goal to re-establish their advantage. Just look at the celebrations.
Well, here's the replay, and it's a decent set piece. And then it's a good-headed finish, to be fair. Keeper no chance. Lovely goal.
Time for the change now. What a big moment in the dying embers. Will it prove decisive here?
Con el 17, Griezmann.
Perfectly positioned to take it away.
Está en el Osasuna. Sale de la cancha. Con el 22, Adrián.
Space afforded him.
Con el 7,
Can they convert? Not out of the woods yet. It has to be, surely. Oh, a moment of pure class. Had to catch it perfectly, and didn't he just?
Well, here's the replay, and Derek, if you get caught on the ball there, you should be fined a week's wages. It's terrible, and he's punished. Some explaining to be done to his coach, I feel.
So the current scoreline, 4-2.
Atletico de Madrid. Con el 7, Joao Félix.
But attacking possibilities. And just like that, they've lost possession.
Atletico have been totally controlling possession, and all of their team are enjoying this performance. That's why they're winning, and that's why they're one of the best teams.
Griezmann, masterful piece of foiling. Cardona. Dangerous looking attack. Takes it on. Well, a moment he would dearly love to have back.
Well, listen, he's tried to hit it too hard. Just relax a little bit, focus on your technique.
Jose Maria Jimenez could face problems here. Koke. Really good reading of the game to win possession back. 15 minutes remaining. Oh, not great defending. What can he... And in with a real chance. And this time it's in. Fabulous goal. And just look at the celebrations.
Well, here it is again. He does so well to slip past his man, left him stranded, and he takes full advantage of the time he's given. It's an accomplished finish too.
Well, what an extraordinary scoreline. Does this game have more goals in it?
Con el 6, oh yeah!
Koke. Morata in possession. Understandable that they might look for Koke to make an impact. Griezmann. Atletico's corner.
Well, Derek, he's trying to make himself heard down there. Very difficult to hear the coach from the sidelines. It's still very tight, this game.
Over it comes. Trippier. Well, possibilities in the centre. Oh, it comes to nothing in the end. Really should have made more of that. Well, they're closing him down. How will he react? David Garcia.
Well, Derek, the clock is ticking. The crowd are doing their bit, trying to get the players forward to try and get this goal. Well, they haven't been at their best today, that's for sure, but this game is far from over, and the fans are certainly reminding them of that. You've got to think there'll be one more chance or two. Well, the ref will hear the crowd all right. We can hear him from here. He's taking some stick.
Untidy in possession. This could level it. We wondered who was going to win the race. The answer, the goalkeeper. Thomas. Well, there might well be scope for them to counter-attack here. Defenders need to cover. It's there for him. In it goes! He's made it a brace for himself. No stopping him, apparently.
Well, as we can see from the replay, they've got so much pace in their side, haven't they? Always look dangerous on the counter, and it was a wonderful example of that.
A chance to revisit the goal.
Well, his players have followed his every command and some. The coach must be delighted.
Not a scoreline we see all that often. 5-3.
Con el 7, Joao Félix.
Making progress. Going about his defensive business with a minimum of fuss. Griezmann. And still looking for space. And a very good challenge. Ruben Garcia. Now with Avila. Cardona. Well, is it going to end up being productive for them? Oh, a goal to reduce the deficit! My goodness, that gets the pot boiling. It's not over yet.
Well, as we see from the replay, the keeper's got no chance. It's all about the strike, all about the power. He does everything right. Head down, back of the net. Well, he knows that's a bad goal to give away. His disappointment is obvious.
Well, I must say, I'd have to go back quite a few years to remember the last time I covered a game with a scoreline of 5-4. Trippier. Koke. Griezmann. Atletico might be able to cash in here. Morata! And danger still. And he's only gone and made it a hat-trick.
Well, when he's in this sort of mood, he's absolutely unstoppable. What a performance. Well, having scored two, he's going to get the hat-trick at some point, you feel. He's just so full of confidence, never looked like missing.
Well, let's take another look at that goal, shall we?
Gol del Atlético de Madrid. Con el 7, Joao Félix.
And he just let his opponent glide by. Oblak with a simple stop. Griezmann. Oh, that's a really good authoritative tackle. Throw in here. But after that fantastic effort, it's gone out for a throw-in. Morata. Felix. And still danger here. Well, nothing untoward happened. Not a fantastic piece of defending, was it? Tackling and winning the ball to boot. Textbook closing down and begging to be put away. And the keeper nowhere to be found, not that he's complaining.
Well, we're going to see the replay. The goalkeeper won't want to see this again. He gives the ball away. Still a bit to do, to be fair, but it's his fault.
Marca el Atlético de Madrid. Con el 7, Joao Félix.
And the referee has deemed that an additional 4 minutes are in order. Joao Félix. The referee has decided to give the free kick to Atletico. And he keeps going. Just the clearance that was needed. Ruben Garcia. Another successful intervention, winning the ball back. Griezmann. Really getting stuck in. They couldn't hang on to it again. Well, they have it again. It's with Brazanats. What can he do from here? Koke. High pressing at its best. Atletico have given it away. And scope for them to produce something. And he might be through here. And now he must score. And a goal. It was served up on a silver platter for him.
Well, here's the replay. You've got to ask questions about the back line and the goalkeeper. They're simply not there.
A chance to revisit the goal.
Gol para Osasuna de Pamplona. Con el 9, Chimi Ávila.
And the referee blows for full time. It goes into the books as a win for Atletico Madrid. Lee, your verdict?
Well, you have to say they did deserve the win. The 2-goal margin might flatter them a little, but that won't bother them. It's 3 points in the bag.